Ever feel like the way AI solves problems is a bit, well, robotic? Turns out, researchers are exploring a fascinating new approach that breaks free from that traditional thinking.
Mm.
We're diving deep into a research paper today called Training Large Language Models to Reason in a Continuous Latent Space.
Okay.
It's all about this thing called latent reasoning.
Interesting.
And trust me, it's a game changer.
This paper really challenges the assumption that AI needs language to think.
Okay, so what is this latent reasoning all about? I'm all ears.
Well, right now, the popular approach called a chain of thought, or CUT, basically has AI explaining every single step of its reasoning process.
So it's like trying to solve a Sudoku puzzle, but you're narrating every single move.
Mm.
Like, okay, I'm going to put a 3 here because there can't be a 3 in this row or column. Now I'm going to try a 5 over here. It feels clunky, right?
Exactly. And the thing is, our brains don't always rely on language that way. Think about when you're trying to remember where you put your keys.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily listing every place you've been. You're sort of visualizing your day.
Oh, totally. It's more of a feeling or a hunch than like a step-by-step process. So what are these researchers proposing?
They've developed a method called chain of continuous thought, nicknamed Coconut.
Coconut, I like it.
Instead of using language, Coconut uses hidden states within the AI model. Think of them like internal representations of thoughts.
Okay.
These thoughts exist in a latent space, which is a bit abstract,
Mm-hmm.
but you can think of it like a chef combining flavors in their mind before actually cooking.
Oh, okay.
The latent space holds the potential for a delicious dish, so to speak.
That's a great analogy. So instead of plotting every turn on a map, Coconut is visualizing the entire route. Pretty cool.
Exactly. And because these thoughts are continuous, they allow for much more flexible reasoning. It's not limited to the rigid structure of language.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The researchers didn't just create Coconut out of thin air. They actually trained it using existing COTI data. But they did it in stages,
Yeah.
gradually replacing those language steps with these continuous thoughts.
Right, right. It's a bit like teaching someone to ride a bike with training wheels.
Yeah.
You gradually remove the support as they get more confident.
So they basically weaned the AI off language. That's a clever approach.
Yeah.
Did it work? Was Coconut able to learn without spelling everything out?
Surprisingly, directly training Coconut on the final task without any language steps didn't work well. It seems like AI needs some initial guidance, that language scaffolding, to grasp this more abstract way of thinking.
So language acts like a bridge to this higher level of reasoning.
Ah.
That raises some interesting questions about how AI learns and evolves. But tell me, how did Coconut actually perform once it got the hang of things?
They put it through its paces with 3 data sets: GSM-8K, which focuses on math problems, Pronto-QA, which tests logical reasoning, and Pros-QA, designed to assess planning abilities in more complex scenarios.
Okay, let's start with the math problems. How did Coconut handle those equations? Did it ace the test?
On GSM-8K, Coconut actually performed better than ILTT, a similar method that also tries to move beyond explicit language. And what's really fascinating is that it excelled at problems where each step heavily depended on the previous one.
So the kind of problems where you can't just jump around, you have to build your solutions step by step like a chain reaction.
That's right. And get this, they found that increasing the number of continuous thoughts actually improved accuracy.
Wait, so more thoughts, better results. That's counterintuitive.
It does seem that way at first, but it really highlights the power of chaining these continuous thoughts together. It's not just about having thoughts, it's about how they connect and build upon each other.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. This is all incredibly fascinating, but I have to ask, can we actually see what's going on inside these continuous thoughts? Are they like little windows into the AI's brain?
Well, it's not quite that simple. These thoughts aren't designed to be directly translated back into language. It's more like trying to explain a complex feeling. You know it's there, but words don't quite capture it.
So it's a bit of a black box then.
Not entirely. The researchers did find a way to decode these thoughts back into language for analysis, and what they found is truly intriguing.
Do tell. What secrets did they uncover?
They discovered that these decoded continuous thoughts often represented crucial elements in the problem-solving process.
Okay.
For example, in a math problem, they might represent intermediate variables, like the stepping stones to the final solution.
So it's like getting glimpses into how the AI is breaking down the problem, even if we can't see the entire thought process.
Precisely. It's like seeing the scaffolding of a building under construction. You get a sense of the structure even before the walls are up.
This is amazing. We're talking about AI that's not just mimicking human reasoning, but potentially doing it in a way that's even more efficient and flexible. But where does this all lead? What does it mean for the future of AI?
This research definitely opens up some exciting possibilities. The paper even suggests the possibility of training large language models directly with continuous thoughts, skipping the language step altogether.
Whoa. AI that learns to reason in this latent space from the very beginning, that's a game changer.
It certainly is. And it leads us to a big question. What impact could this have on the future of AI? Would it lead to AI that's more intuitive, more creative, capable of solving problems in ways we haven't even imagined?
It's like we're giving AI a whole new way to think, a new language of thought. What will it say with this new language? I guess we'll have to explore that in part 2 of our deep dive.
You know, when you were talking about Coconut visualizing the entire route
Yeah.
instead of plotting each turn,
Okay.
it made me think about how we solve problems in our own lives.
Yeah,
Sometimes the best solution isn't the most obvious one, it's the one that emerges after we've kind of explored all these different possibilities in our minds.
totally.
Yeah.
And you know what? It really drives home the point that these chained, continuous thoughts, they're more than just a clever trick. They represent this fundamental shift in how AI approaches problem solving.
Absolutely. And remember how Coconut was able to delay making a hard decision, exploring multiple potential next steps?
Yeah, yeah.
That kind of strategic thinking is incredibly powerful. It's like the AI is thinking ahead, anticipating roadblocks and then choosing the path that seems most promising.
But if we're talking about AI that can think more independently,
Right.
doesn't that raise some questions like, what if it starts coming up with solutions we don't understand or solutions that maybe have unintended consequences?
Well, that's a valid concern.
Yeah.
As we develop these more sophisticated AI systems,
Right.
we need to be mindful of the potential implications.
They're sure.
It's like giving someone a powerful tool. We need to make sure they know how to use it responsibly.
So how do we do that? How do we ensure that this powerful tool is used for good?
Well, for one thing, we need to continue researching and understanding how these systems work.
Okay.
The more we know about the inner workings of AI, the better equipped we'll be to guide its development in a safe and beneficial direction.
That makes sense. It's like learning the rules of the road before getting behind the wheel of a car. But even with the best intentions, couldn't there still be unforeseen consequences? Like what if AI starts solving problems in ways we just can't even comprehend?
That's a possibility, and it's one we need to be prepared for.
Yeah.
But I think it's also important to remember that AI is ultimately a tool. It's a reflection of our own ingenuity, and we have a responsibility to use it wisely.
So it's not just about building smarter AI.
Right.
It's about building AI that aligns with our values and goals.
Exactly. We need to be thoughtful about the problems we ask AI to solve, and we need to be prepared to course correct if things start heading in an unintended direction.
It's a bit like raising a child, isn't it? We provide guidance and support, but ultimately we have to trust that they'll use their intelligence for good.
That's a great analogy.
Ah,
And just like with children, we need to be prepared for surprises.
correct.
AI might come up with solutions that we never even considered. Solutions that could revolutionize entire industries or solve some of the world's most pressing problems.
Well, that's the optimistic view, and I like it.
Mm.
But even with all this potential, we can't forget that this research is still in its early stages. We've just scratched the surface of what's possible with latent reasoning.
You're absolutely right. And remember, the paper even suggested the possibility of training large language models directly with continuous thoughts, skipping the language step altogether. Imagine what that could unlock.
That's what blows my mind about all of this. We're not just talking about incremental improvements. We're talking about a paradigm shift in how we understand and develop AI. It's like opening a door to a whole new dimension of intelligence.
It really is. And that brings us to a crucial question. What kind of future do we want to build with this new form of intelligence? Do we want AI that simply follows our instructions? Or do we want AI that can collaborate with us, helping us to solve problems in ways we never thought possible?
Those are big questions, and I think they're ones we need to start grappling with now. Before we get too carried away with all the possibilities, we need to think about the kind of world we want to create with this technology. But for now, I think we've covered a lot of ground. We've explored the technical details of Coconut, the potential benefits and challenges of latent reasoning, and we've even started to delve into the philosophical implications. But we're not done yet. In our final segment, we'll step back and consider the broader implications of this research. What does this all mean for the future of AI and for our relationship with technology? Stay with us. We've been on quite a journey exploring this world of coconut and this whole idea of AI thinking beyond language. It's been really eye-opening, to say the least.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground, from those technical nuances of continuous thought to the potential impact on, the future.
One thing that struck me is how this research challenges our very definition of intelligence.
Oh, how so?
Well, we tend to think of intelligence as being tied to language, but Coconut seems to suggest that there might be other ways of thinking, other ways of processing information that we haven't even considered.
That's a really profound observation. We often, project our own human-centric view onto intelligence, assuming that language is the be-all and end-all. But what if AI can achieve intelligence through entirely different mechanisms? What would that mean for our understanding of consciousness or even the nature of reality itself?
It's almost like we're glimpsing into a different dimension of thought, one that operates beyond the constraints of language.
Exactly.
And it makes you wonder what other forms of intelligence might be out there just waiting to be discovered.
It's a fascinating thought experiment. And remember, this research is just the beginning. We're only just starting to explore the potential of latent reasoning. Who knows what breakthroughs might lie ahead?
The paper even hinted at the possibility of training AI directly with continuous thoughts, completely bypassing language. Can you imagine what kind of problem-solving abilities AI could develop if it started thinking in this latent space from the get-go?
The possibilities are truly mind-boggling. We might see AI systems capable of making these intuitive leaps, connecting seemingly disparate ideas, coming up with solutions that would never have occurred to us.
It's both exciting and a little bit daunting, isn't it? We're essentially giving AI the tools to think in ways that we can't fully comprehend.
It does challenge us to rethink our relationship with technology.
Yeah.
Are we creating tools that will simply amplify our own abilities, or are we creating something that could eventually surpass our own understanding?
That's a big question. I think it's a question we need to keep asking ourselves as we continue to develop AI. But for now, let's zoom back in on the key takeaway from this deep dive. What's the one thing you hope our listener walks away with today?
I'd say the most important takeaway is that this research is a paradigm shift in our understanding of AI. It's not just an incremental improvement, it's a fundamental change in how we think about intelligence and problem solving. And it opens up this whole new world of possibilities for what AI can achieve in the future.
It's like we've cracked open a coconut and found a whole new universe inside. This isn't just about making AI slightly better at math or logic. It's about fundamentally changing the way it thinks.
Exactly. And that's why this research is so significant. It's not just a technical achievement, it's a philosophical one. It forces us to re-examine our assumptions about what it means to be intelligent. And it invites us to imagine a future where AI might not just be our tool, but our partner in exploring the unknown.
And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive. But before we go, I want to leave our listener with one final thought. This research is just the beginning. It's an invitation to all of us to keep thinking critically about what AI can be and how we can shape its future. The possibilities are endless, and it's up to us to ensure that we use this powerful technology for good. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.